Hey folks, thanks for tuning in for another video. So obviously in the house today, I'm going to take a look at a cool sleeping bag that I've had for, gosh, I've had this sleeping bag for a while, probably a couple of years now. But it's been raining pretty hard outside past couple of days, so we're not going to go outside today. So I'm actually in my kitchen right now, and I'm going to try to do this here on the kitchen table, maybe in the living room floor, but we'll see. But yeah, my name's Chris, you're watching Skills to Survive. We'll be right back. All right, folks, welcome back. So again, like I said before, we're going to take a look at a sleeping bag. Now this is, again, a sleeping bag from Elite Survival Systems. This is their Recon 3 sleeping bag. You see right there, it's rated at 23 degrees Fahrenheit, -5 Celsius. And it's a mummy style sleeping bag, as you can tell. Now I've had this bag for a couple of years now, so I've got some extensive use out of it in various different seasons. I mean, obviously, like I said, I live down here in the south, so we don't get really cold. So, but I have pushed this thing down to 25 degrees before. That's the lowest I've been able to get it down here. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. But as you can see, it's a mummy style type bag, and we'll talk about some pros and cons of it. Currently, this bag, from what I'm reading on the company website, this bag is currently issued to the Australian Air Force or Australian military, as well as some NATO forces. It was actually used, apparently used by U.S. forces in Afghanistan as well over the years. So again, I've used this bag a lot, and it's a very nice bag. It's the total weight on this thing is right around 3 pounds. So you're still looking at a pretty lightweight sleeping bag for it to be 23 degree rating. Now, again, I've said in the past, these ratings on this bag, you can probably add about 10 degrees to it. So really, it's about a more of a 30 degree bag. And I would say that's probably about true, probably more about a 30 degree bag. So lengthwise, you're looking at about 6 foot 10 inches in length. So you got a pretty good length in there. So it's pretty good length. Up here at the shoulders, as you can see, it's obviously mummy style. So up here at the shoulders, you're looking at a width of 33 inches wide. And then down here at the feet, you're looking at about 21 inches wide. So it does taper down. You do have a center zip right here in the center. So the center zip, and you have a flap over there that has some Velcro in there that keeps the flap covered so you don't get a draft in there. So the center zip design, this is my first center zip sleeping bag. Now, it's nice in some aspects, and other aspects it's not. I like the center zip because it's easy to get in and out of. The con for me for this particular sleeping bag is this center zip on this sleeping bag, it doesn't hold. The zipper doesn't hold. So obviously I'm a bigger guy, so when I get in there, I can zip it all the way up, but it also unzips very easily. I would like to see some way to lock that zipper in place wherever you have it, but again, I don't know if they can do that. I don't know. Around the head here, you get a nice head hole here. You can drawstring cord it up, get you nice in there and snug down in there. You do have an internal baffle that goes the length of the zipper, so you don't get any wind in that baffle there. The materials in this thing is pretty neat too. Another really cool feature that I like about this thing is your top outer shell here. So the top outer, you're looking at a 210T ripstop fabric with a Teflon finish. The bottom fabric is a 210D Nylon Oxford, and it has a 2,000 millimeter waterproof rating. So technically you can lay this right down on the ground, and obviously as military forces do, they'll lay this down on the ground and kind of use it as a bivvy, because your bottom part of this sleeping bag does have that waterproof rating. You do have a reinforced foot down at the bottom. I like the foot box down here at the bottom. The foot box is reinforced and it stands up, and it has the same 2,000 millimeter waterproof rating on it as well, and it uses the same fabric that they do on the bottom. So if you get in there, you got a little move around with your feet and stuff like that. If you get in there with your boots on, stuff like that, I don't recommend that. But again, if you're in the military, I see where you can be getting in and out with your clothes on. So like that reinforced foot, your inner material inside of here is a 100 gram per square meter Dupont Thermolite insulation. So it's a very light insulation, and it does have a anti-bacterial, antimicrobial silver type fiber in there. So it does, have some antibacterial properties, which is nice. Again, if you're getting in there with your clothes on, stuff like that, day in and day out, do have a little bit of those properties in there. Another cool feature about it is you do have on the zipper or on the top, when you open it up, you do have a nice area to where you can put. You have a nice area there where you can put a phone, put your cell phone in there, put a headlamp, stuff like that. You have a little pocket there, and you have also a little name tag area there where you can write your name in it and stuff like that. So again, really nice bag. I've really liked this bag a lot. I mean, for me, it's been a great little bag. The biggest con that I had that I already mentioned is the fact that the zipper does come undone fairly easy for me. Maybe that's how it's designed to do. Again, this is my first center zip bag. I'm not really sure, but it does make it easy to just kind of set up, zip it up, and lay down, and then it makes it very easy to get out of, like I said before. Another cool feature is the compression sack, and obviously I don't have the compression sack up here, so I'll just have to roll in some footage of the compression sack. The compression sack is nice. It does kind of hold everything down, compresses this thing down really nice and small. Again, for being a 23-degree bag for 3 pound-ish, it's not bad at all. Again, like I mentioned before, the temperature ratings on these bags. Now, I've had this bag down to 25 degrees. I did get a little chilly, and I will say, and the reason my feet was fine. And my midsection was fine. What got chilly was my shoulders up here, because my shoulders, I was basically edge to edge inside of there, kind of pushing. So I was compressing the insulation in there. So I'm not 100% gonna say it's the bag. I'm gonna say it was partially the bag and myself as well, compressing that insulation. I mean, I was not warm, but I wasn't cold. I mean, I was okay at 25 degrees. Now, again, I usually sleep, like I've said before, with a liner in here. I have not slept with the liner. I mean, I've slept with the liner in here, but during my testing, I tried not to sleep with a liner in here at all, just to get a good testing for it. So, again, with a liner, my little Sea to Summit liner, you can put that in here. You don't really notice the extra weight or any extra bulk. You can leave that liner in here, and that'll give you some little extra warmth in there as well. But something to think about. But again, for a mummy style bag, and I'm not big on mummy style bags, as I've said in the past, I don't like being all compressed and closed up. But for a mummy style bag, this bag is again a really nice bag. And again, I've used this extensively over the past couple of years, and the company did send this to me. I will, full disclosure, they did send this out to me a couple of years ago. And I'm just now getting around to actually doing the review, because I really wanted to give it a good thorough testing. And I think I've done that. And I continue to use this. I've used this on many trips, many different camp outs and stuff like that. I try not to lay my bags down on the ground, and I know, like I said before, I know you can with this one because of the particular bottom fabric. I know you can lay it on the ground. But I try not to, I try to keep my things clean if I can. But again, it's nice to know that you can do that if needed. And you can tell there, you can also, you can tell the difference in the fabric from the top, to the bottom there. Another cool feature, one last cool feature about this bag is it does have on the bottom down here, if you have the ability to hang your bags up like I do, I'm fortunate enough to be able to hang my bags up. You do have 2 little tabs down at the bottom to where you can hang your bag up when it's not in use. So yeah, that's another cool feature. But all in all, this bag is nice. It's for the money. I think it's a decent bag. Again, there's more expensive bags out there. There's much cheaper bags out there. I think this is kind of in the middle. And you get, even though, again, like it says 23 degrees, I would say it's about 30-ish Fahrenheit, and you'd be pretty good with the proper clothing again. So, but yeah, folks, leave some comments down below. What's your favorite sleeping bag? I'd love to check out some other center zip sleeping bags. I know Corinthia has some cool ones, but they're sometimes they're hard to get over to the U.S., from what I understand. But I may reach out and order one of those and get one shipped over here and try one of those bags out. But this is very similar to one of their Corinthia type sleeping bags. But Anyway, folks, thanks again for watching. Get outside, get outdoors. Always make sure you have the necessary skills to survive, and I'll see you on another video really soon.